Procrastination is the biggest barrier to achieving your goals. We all procrastinate at any point of time. But the difference between a high productive or successful people and unsuccessful people, because the successful people understand that if I do not design myself, if I do not try to organize my day or structure my day will eventually passing by, because I need to design myself in order to achieve something, because time is the only commodity that we cannot buy more. We all have the equal amount of time, 24 hours every single day. Now it is the difference that how you use it that makes one is successful and that makes one is unsuccessful, because that is the only thing we can work on it. That is the only thing we can control. That is your current moment. You are trying to think about too much, planning too much about your future or about dwelling on your past. There is nothing happening now, rather than I can control on my current time and I can do something. Because the more you procrastinate, the more you are losing time. It steals your time. Not only does it steal your time, it is still your dream. Because if you do not work on the time will never come back. As Stephen Vincent once said, life is not lost by dying. Life is lost minute by minute, day dragging by day, in all thousand uncaring ways. We never noticed that how we are passing our time. We design by how the circumstance is now. We design how the peoples around us. We never try to design ourselves. We never try to think about that my time is so precious. If I do not use it properly, the time will eventually passing by. So I need to think back and redefine myself, that what are the things I want, and in order to, if I want the results, I need to do something, plan something. Otherwise, I will just scrolling social media. I will watching something that is not doing anything for my goals. It is you who can take control. It's your choice, my friend. Your time, your life, your choice. What choice you are making, and that choice, those actions will lead you what person he wants to be. So in this video, I would like to talk about that how can you beat procrastination? How can you be more productive in your day-to-day life? Tips number 1, start with the hardest task of the day. As Mark Twain said, if it is your job to eat a frog, it is best to do it fasting in the morning. And if it is your job to eat 2 frogs, it is best to eat the biggest on fasts. Oftentimes, whenever we start doing something to our life, whenever any task is so big or difficult it seems, we take it away. We'll say that we'll do it later. This task feels daunting to me now. I will do it later. But my friend, the more you do it for later or keep it away, that task will never come true. That task will never you will do, because it will give you more stress, more overwhelm to your brain. So that's why he said that if your job to eat a frog, and eat the biggest frog first, because that's what you are giving the priority to your life. You are giving yourself that sense of urgency that what is the task that is related to my goals and the most important task to my life. When I wake up, I'm committing myself towards that task only. And I am engaging on that task because I know I have a limited source of energy, limited source of willpower for a day. And as the days goes on, it goes down. So I need to spend my most precious time, most valuable time, the time I am energetic. I will give the most difficult, most valuable task that is related to my goals. So that's why it is your job, it is your task to do the hardest task, because sometimes you will not feel doing it. If you force yourself, if you tell yourself that these 30 minutes, 40 minutes, I'm just willing to put myself to that work. I don't want to give myself a little time to think back. Okay, I'm not feeling it today. Tomorrow or maybe afternoon, whenever I feel it, I will do it. There is nothing about feeling. There is everything about doing. If you do not take the action, nothing happens in reality. Anything, if you want to achieve, you just need to put the action. You just need to put the effort. Your effort will lead you towards your goal. So what do you want to your life? You want to be a procrastinator, or you want to achieve your goals? If you want to achieve your goal, then eat the biggest frog fast and eat at the early morning when you wake up, and do that. By that way, you can overcome your procrastination. You can overcome not being overwhelmed, not being overstressed to your life, because you know what is the important task for a day. I'm just going to do it at the beginning of my day. As Malcolm X said, that future belongs to those who prepares for today. If you want to do something for tomorrow, then you need to understand that tomorrow will be better if I do something today. Because I can tell what I do today. I can be better tomorrow, but if I do not do something, I cannot be better. So if you want to achieve something to your life, something great that you want to achieve, then you need to work for today. You need to prepare for today to go out there. Tips number 2, use Pomodoro technique. Pomodoro technique is basically leveraged with a sense of urgency of a time. Pomodoro technique, it defines that you will take a timer and you will put a timer for 25 minutes. You will start working for 25 minutes without any disruption, without any interference to your mind. You will do it only on that particular task for 25 minutes. Then you will take a 5-minute break. After that 5-minute break, you will do it another 25 minutes session. By that way, you will do 4 sessions and you will take a 20 minutes break after 4 sessions. But the thing is that every single human being is different. When you start doing something, you do not have the 20 minutes concentration to your work. So you do not need to follow the exact Pomodoro technique. You can design your mind that way, that I'm going to do work for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, what is suited for me. The 10 minutes, I will put a timer and I will do only that work. I will not looking for any notification. I will not look for any social media. Rather than I just only focused only one task for 10 minutes, then I will take another 10 minutes break or 5 minutes break, whatever you like. You can design by that way, and that gives you sense of urgency, because your subconscious mind knows that this 10 minutes is for that task. And in that time period, I'm not doing anything except that task. So using Pomodoro technique will help you not procrastinate at all, because we all procrastinate. We all have that mindset. Whenever you have a task, you know you need to do it, you will feel like I'll do it later, because you don't have the mindset on that this time I'm passing, it's valuable. I need to do something now in order to achieve or in order to move myself towards my goal. So use a Pomodoro technique very wisely and understand what is suited for you and improve it. You start with the 5 minutes, the next week start with the 7 minutes, 10 minutes. 10 minutes I'm going to do the task, and then I will take 10 minutes break. Then I will going to do another 10 minutes. Do as a sequentially 4 sessions and take a break for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever you like. But in that way, you accomplished your task. In the small task, it looks very small, but my friend, small things whenever compounded, it gives a big results. But at the beginning, you will not see those big results. At the beginning, you will see there is no results. Results comes later, my friend. You become self-aware. You become intentional. And that's one of the main criteria to be a successful. Successful people are always intentional. They understand, in order to achieve anything, I need to be set in here. I need to understand, if I do not be intentional, my time will be passing by. So be intentional. Use the Pomodoro technique very wisely to overcome your procrastination. Tips number 3, set a deadline. Deadline is so important to our life. Assume that you have a project that you need to submit that project to your university within 15 days. Now you understand that you have 15 days, that's a long time. At the beginning of the time, you think, I will do it, maybe I will start with the tomorrow. Whenever the tomorrow comes, you said, this week I just take it easy, take rest, I will do it maybe next week. Whenever the next week comes, you have more excuse, you will be more busy with some other task, or the project you have, it feels so daunting already, because you understand it requires time, it requires a lot of hours to spend to do that project. So now you only have a couple of days. So your mind is not working too much. You said you need to just submit that project, just sit down there and do it. So that is what happened. Whenever we do not have a deadline, we just tell ourselves there are times. So any task you want to achieve or you want to do in your life, because every single day is important, you need to do it every single day. So give yourself a deadline that this is the time blocker at 6 to 7 at morning, I'm going to do the task. And that's the deadline. This amount of work I will finish in that particular time. I will aim that before my day starts. So my subconscious might already know that what works, what are the small chunks I will do today. So give yourself a deadline, give yourself a time blocker, that in that time block I will do that task. And that is why you can avoid the procrastination. You can avoid the overwhelming of your task, because you are not stressing yourself. You are just using your time for yourself. You are designing yourself to make that happen. That Will Smith said that I have always considered myself to be just average talent, but I have a ridiculous, insane obsessiveness for practice and preparation, and a skill that you can develop over time every single day by practicing. Talent we already have naturally, but if you do not try to develop your skill, if you do not try to improve yourself every single day, your talent is not going to work for you. There is no easy way around it. No matter how much talented you are going to be failed. So if you are not skilled, if you are not, do not study, if you do not work really hard, if you do not dedicate yourself to being better version of yourself every single day, you will be the same person who were, who are, and who will be. So it is you who can take the responsibility now to change yourself, to make a sequential changes, to make a change. You need to do the action, you need to put the effort, and that will only lead you towards your success. So procrastination is not allowing you to achieve your dream. It's basically stealing your dream away. So you need to design yourself that what are the things I'm doing that is not the way I want, and I want to use the time for myself. I want to develop myself for that particular time. In that way, you can avoid procrastination. You can be highly productive to your life. Now the choice is yours. What do you want? Because it is your life, and the only person you can control is you. So the barrier between you and your goals, it is in your mindset and your working. That will lead you where you want to be to your life.